What's up, my mathletes? Here we go with example number 5 coming at you in sketching angles in both degrees and radians, and example number 5 is going to be in radians. So let's go. So here we are. We've got to draw a sketch of negative 17 pi over 12. Now when we do this, there are going to be two, I'll call them magic numbers, that we're going to look for. All right. Now in your chart, notice that we're dealing with negative angles. So be really careful, because when we do those, we'll be going around in a clockwise direction when we go to draw that and put our pieces on there. So negative angles go in a clockwise direction. Now what I want you to do is write down above each one of these is 0, negative 90, negative 180, negative 270, and negative 360. Because that's what 0, negative 2 pi, negative 3 pi over 12, or negative 3 pi over 2, and negative 2 pi are in degrees. Now the very first magic number is going to come from this denominator. Whatever your denominator is, take that number and put it over itself in the negative pi column. So in this case, because we're dealing with negatives, I'm going to write negative 12 pi over 12. If that was positive, if we were drawing positive 17 pi over 12, then same thing, but our value would be 12 pi over 12. Now, second magic number, and this is the important magic number, they're both important, but just take half of negative 12. And half of negative 12 is negative 6. So that is going to go in the negative pi over 2 column. Now in the 0, that's always going to be 0, so we don't have to worry about any other part. Now I want to get to negative 17 pi over 12. So here's where our second magic number is going to come in handy. This numerator right there, you're just going to keep adding negative 6 pi to every single numerator and continue to fill out the chart all day long. So negative 12 plus negative 6 gives you negative 18 pi over 12. And if I add another negative 6 pi, then I'll get negative 24 pi over 12. And again, negative 24 pi over 12, that just reduces down to negative 2 pi. All right, so that would be once around the unit circle. If I had to keep going, then I would just keep adding negative 6. So negative 24 pi minus 6, our next column would be negative 30 pi over 12. You get the idea. Negative 36 pi over 12, and so on and so forth. So that is how you go ahead and fill out your chart. And that's just going to help you with rotating around. Now, how far do we have to go? That depends on the angle. So what I want you to do then is look in the chart at the very first one that is past whatever your numerator is in the angle we're trying to sketch. In this case, it's negative 17. So that is in between these two guys right here, negative 12 pi over 12 and negative 18 pi over 12. So when you think about that a little bit, kind of which way is that going? So 0 and negative 2 pi are right here. So there's 0. But be careful. Remember, negative 90 is down here, or negative pi over 2, or negative 6 pi's over 12. And in the beginning, you might have to draw these values on there just to kind of help it make sense a little bit for you. And then after a while, you'll be like, okay, I got this. And then, of course, the last one there would be negative 18 pi over 12. And then where 0 is, that would also be the same spot as negative 24 pi over 12. Now, we're somewhere in between 0, or negative 12 pi over 12 and negative 18. So, at the origin, draw your initial ray. We're going in a negative direction, which means we're going to move clockwise. So we're going to keep going around. That'd be negative 6, negative 12. And if I went to negative 18, that'd be too far. So just somewhere in that quadrant. Boom, is where I would stop. Draw your terminal ray. Draw your other arrow to indicate your direction. And you're all set. So that's all you got to do to draw negative 17 pi over 12. Now, the other thing, too, we need to be able to do is identify the quadrant that is in. And we all know, using correct notation, that's Roman numeral 2. If you put a 2, that's not correct, because that's not correct notation. So speak like a mathematician and walk like a mathematician, and you'll be good to go. So that's it for example number 5. Be sure you tune back in for example number 6. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch up with you later. Have a great day. Peace out.